Apple is playing a dangerous game right now. While every other tech giant is raising prices and blaming inflation, Apple Inc. is doing the exact opposite. They're keeping prices low, locking in chip supply early, and quietly putting pressure on the entire PC industry. And if these latest leaks are true, this strategy could completely reshape the market. Let's start with the biggest story, the rumored Mac Mini Neo. This thing sounds almost unreal. We're talking about a desktop as small as an Apple TV 4K, powered by a next-gen chip, possibly an A19, and priced at around $299. Now at first, that sounds impossible. But the strategy actually makes sense. Apple isn't trying to build a powerhouse here. They're building a mass market machine, something designed for everyday users, browsing, office work, light editing. And here's the twist. By limiting the RAM, likely around 12 gigabytes, they can keep it out of the hands of AI researchers and crypto users, while making sure there's enough supply for regular consumers. It's not about max performance, it's about maximum reach. Now this ties directly into something much bigger, the global RAM shortage. Right now, high-end machines are struggling. Even premium Macs with higher RAM configurations are facing delays or becoming unavailable in some regions. And that's because AI companies are buying up massive amounts of memory. So what does Apple do? They pivot. Instead of fighting for high-end components, they flood the market with efficient, lower RAM devices. And suddenly, the Mac Mini Neo doesn't just make sense, it becomes inevitable. But this isn't just about hardware. This is about competition, specifically Apple versus Microsoft. While Apple is holding prices steady, Microsoft has been raising prices across its Surface lineup, in some cases by hundreds of dollars. That creates a strange situation. Macs, traditionally seen as premium, are now competing directly with or even undercutting Windows machines. And that's a huge shift. Apple appears to be sacrificing some margin to gain something far more valuable, market share. Now let's switch gears for a second, because there's a hidden gem here. If you've been waiting for a smarter Siri, you might not have to wait anymore. Google has quietly released a native version of Google Gemini for Mac, and it's surprisingly powerful. It works almost like Spotlight. Trigger it with a shortcut, ask it questions, analyze content on your screen, generate ideas, even help with code. It's fast, it's integrated, and honestly, it gives you a glimpse of where Apple is heading with AI. Speaking of the future, Apple's next big category is already in motion. According to reports from Mark Gurman, Apple is actively testing multiple versions of smart glasses. Not full AR headsets like the Apple Vision Pro, but something lighter. Think wearable tech that blends elements of AirPods and Apple Watch, cameras, sensors, audio, designed for everyday use. And importantly, style matters. Apple wants these to look as good as something from Ray-Ban, not like bulky tech gear. Release is still a bit far, likely around 2027, but development is clearly accelerating. And finally, a quick update on tablets. The iPad mini is getting a major upgrade. We're expecting a slightly larger display, a huge jump in performance, possibly with an A19 Pro chip, and even experimental features like vibration-based speakers. Yes, an iPad with no speaker holes, and potentially fully waterproof. So when you step back and look at everything happening here, a pattern starts to emerge. Apple isn't just releasing products, they're repositioning themselves. From a premium luxury brand to something much closer to the default choice. And if the Mac Mini Neo really launches at $299, that might be the moment everything changes. So the question is Apple about to dominate the budget market too? Or is this strategy riskier than it looks? Let me know what you think.